Mom, if I don't turn this in.
Calm down. Now tell me what happened.
Okay. I forgot to print the slides. I went to delete just a few slides. I saved the file. I printed it, but I lost half my slides.
Well, can't you just hit the undo button?
No, Mom, I saved right over the original one. I'm in such trouble.
Wait a minute. The doorbell rang, and the repairman came, and I didn't want to miss him, so I ran to the door, and I came back about 10 minutes later, and I didn't save it. And my 3-year-old was banging on the computer when I got back, and he just messed up the entire thing, and there's letters where numbers are supposed to be.
Well, anyway, I came down to look at the computer this morning, and I saw some stupid message that Windows Update had rebooted my computer. Everything's gone now, except a message from this program you installed, Get It Back. What am I supposed to do now? I'm really in a hurry.
Wow. Sounds like major trouble ahead for all of these folks. Computers can certainly make our lives more productive, but boy, can they cause us a lot of pain when they don't behave the way they should. Sometimes, even when you do everything right, some computer glitch can get you. Think about how many times you have had to recreate work on your computer because you forgot to save something. Your computer crashed, the power went out, or you just made a stupid mistake and wrote over something by accident. How much time did you lose? How much did it actually cost you in dollars and cents, not to mention what it did to your blood pressure and stress level? Get It Back can put an end to all that pain, frustration, and lost time. Think of Get It Back as your personal computer lifeguard. Even though you never see Get It Back at work, it is running in the background, protecting your work against any and all comers. Hello, I'm your host, Bill Metcalf. You know, as the nation's techno-motivator for the past 12 years, I have traveled the country helping people get the most out of technology. This Get It Back program is clearly one of the most exciting things I have ever found in helping regular folks to become more productive. Now, I know you have a lot of questions like, how does it do that? Doesn't my autosave function cover this? Will it slow down my computer? Hey, will it fill up my hard drive with all those versions? Will it work with all programs? What's it going to cost? Well, we will answer all these questions briefly in this short video. Now, if you're a techie, and you know who you are, this short explanation may not be enough. You want details, you want specs. Well, no problem. We can give you all that as well on our website. But for the purposes of this short explanation, we will just cover what most of you want to know. First off, the cost of this Miracle Lifeguard is really low, $39, a small investment to never lose your work again. Next, will it work with all programs? Well, as you can imagine, it's hard to say that it will work with every program that will ever be created. But for now, we have tested all that you see in this list, and we are testing more every day. Bottom line, Get It Back works with at least 90% of the software products that 95% of the population uses at home. We continually test new programs for compatibility, so more products get added to the list all the time. Will it slow down my computer? Well, not that you'd notice. Get It Back runs very efficiently in the background, and most of you will not see any drop in performance. Of course, it is running, and if your system is maxed out, your RAM is low, your C drive is full, and you are running several programs all at once, then you might see a performance drop, but you probably know this already because your computer's running really slow. So if that's happening, yeah, it could slow things down a little bit. But for the most part, you will never notice Get It Back running until you need it. Your ever-vigilant lifeguard, always there to pull you out of the drink. Will it fill up my hard drive? Well, in an era of 60-gigabyte hard drives becoming standard, it is unlikely unless you're running a lot of multimedia programs. If that is the case, then you will want to look at our options menu, and you may want to limit how many copies you make and how long you want to keep them. This is a really handy user-defined function. For example, a Word document that is mostly text takes very little disk space. So if you're writing the great American novel, you may want to keep a large number of versions over an extended period of time. No problem. Just change the settings. You can see how you can click on them right here. On the other hand, if you're doing video and audio editing, these create very large files, and you may want to put smaller limits on that. I happen to do a lot of sound editing and recording of very large files, so I limit how many copies I make. Now, some of the demos on this site might have flown by pretty quickly, and you might not have noticed why Get It Back was so necessary to help these folks. Let's take a look. Remember how Melanie lost her customer's order? She was just using an Excel spreadsheet. She had even set Excel to autosave so she wouldn't forget to save it. But she got in a hurry, so her first new order was saved right over the old one. In other words, she didn't create a new document. She just let it autosave right over the old document. Well, it's not too great a loss to lose that first order. I mean, you want to have it in your records, but at least we can send in the new order. That was until Max helped out. And then Excel saved Max's new order right over the new order of Melanie's. You get it? Now she's totally out of luck. She has lost her old order and her new order. No choice but to call the customer back, eat a little crow, and sound very unprofessional. Unless Get It Back can recover her mistakes. If you clicked on that movie, you'll know it did just that. You see, autosave helps you somewhat, but it can't recover from mistakes that you make and save yourself on purpose. It doesn't seem like you should do something like that, does it? But it happens to us all the time. Now, take a look at Jordan's homework hell fiasco. Click on that movie if you haven't yet. Sometimes when problems like this happen with our kids, it's even more stressful. Maybe it's because they don't edit themselves. If they are in pain, we will know it, and it always happens late at night. What did Jordan do wrong in that example, by the way? You could easily miss his mistake. You see, when he went in to delete just a couple of slides and then print out his project, he was very clever. He knew that he could pick and choose which slides by holding down the Control key and then clicking the mouse on each slide that he wanted to get rid of. Each slide would be selected independent of the others. Look at your computer keyboard and see just how easy it would be to slip up and touch the Shift key by mistake. If you do that, instead of selecting one slide, you will have selected all the slides between the last one you clicked on and the new slide. Now you can barely see the mistake here because just the top of those slides that were all selected show up. But let's scroll down. Oh boy, look at that. Jordan has selected half of his slides by mistake. And when he hit the delete key, bing, they're gone. And when he saved it, he's now saved over top of that and there is no recovery. Bummer. Oh man, it's gone. There is no undo that will recover this mistake because he's saved right over it. Have you ever done that? I know I have. Unless you have, Get It Back running. Click on that movie and you'll see a very happy camper in Jordan and a very confident mom, the hero of the night in Melanie. Of course, it's not just the home-based business owner and kids doing homework that can be helped. Telecommuting, working from home for your corporate job is becoming more and more prevalent. In Jim's teleconferencing story, you can see that Get It Back not only restored documents, it can also restore your desktop right the way you had it before that automatic reboot, power outage, or computer crash happened. Be sure to click on that story and you'll see what I mean. And remember that Get It Back also comes in an industrial strength version that can give users more power, control, and productivity. Indeed, Get It Back comes from the corporate world, where it has been successfully used for many years in organizations like Hewitt & Associates and the YMCA, as well as law firms, major hospitals, banks, insurance companies, and law enforcement agencies. The installation of Get It Back is easy. You can use it configured just the way it is, or you can make changes on how it saves your documents. And as you've seen in these demos, getting your documents or applications back is as simple as pointing and clicking on what you want. It truly is that simple. So if you want to put an end to stress, anger, and anxiety, if you want to save more time, energy, and money, then try Get It Back for a week. It's free to try. Test it out. Make a ton of mistakes. Reboot without saving. Put Get It Back through its toughest tests. Then when you see how well it works, buy Get It Back and rest easy. Your PC lifeguard is on duty.